Humans and AI by Jeff Naiman. The problem we'll be talking about today is a supply chain problem, which, as you well know, has been in the news much over the last 4 years. Supply chains have really been making headlines, starting with COVID, but even continuing just through many of the disruptions that still have not resolved. There are a lot of layers to a supply chain, but when talking about manufacturing, the one that's going to be most actionable is really what's called the first tier or the direct purchasing supply chain. The mechanism of how goods are delivered within manufacturing is going to be against a purchase order. And when we look at the data, we can leverage that to make predictions on what goods may or may not deliver on time, which in turn could cause potential disruptions. The goal of a model like this is to help ease manufacturing disruptions, improve overall supply chain performance. Because we have such a large set of purchasing history on parts and supplier levels, it makes it a really attractive opportunity for machine learning and to be able to assist humans in how they manage their supply chain tasks and purchase orders. The model that we chose to build was a past due prediction model, which was a classification of if the purchase order was going to be late or on time. And the intention was to alert the buying team of potential missed or late purchase orders that would then become production shortages. When we first implemented this, we actually had an initial user adoption failure. We weren't getting good user traffic, and that was really due to deployed model was in a standalone solution. It wasn't in their daily workflow. The model didn't really have any augmenting data related to other parts of their work. It was lacking explainability to, why something might be later on time. It was a little bit almost black magic, I believe was the word that was used. And the UI itself that we developed was not really what I would call a great user experience and would not be attractive for users to spend their workday on. Poor model adoption, though, did prompt us to think about the human factors in AI and really prompted an overhaul for the user experience. And we set out to solve how we could better give people confidence in the model. So we wanted to provide model transparency through key contributing features. We wanted to give them drill through details. So if they wanted more details, we'd be able to give them that. But at the top level, we wanted to just give them that classification. And then the next thing is we wanted to give them a one-stop shop for all their daily data, and we wanted to integrate the model into their daily workflow. Because of the failure of the model adoption, we knew we had to start with the user experience, right? So to address the model failures and then subsequent model failures, we had to build a hub and a home that allowed us to bring in future analytical models into the daily user experience. Since the buyers who are the main users are clicking through 18 plus applications just to get at their data to form a comprehensive picture of their crucial tasks, it was clear we couldn't build yet another application. We had to take a look at how we could take their data from these 18 applications, consolidate that, and then how we could augment that with the analytical models. We knew if we had future analytical models that we would have had the same failure because we didn't really have a point that we could give or deploy them to. We'd have to build a separate user experience through like Power BI. So we wanted to solve for that problem in the future as well. So what we ended up doing is we built a comprehensive user experience. We tied in all the data elements, and then we were able to integrate the model into the daily user experience without really calling it out as a model. We actually displayed within a table as well as some visualizations how we expected the purchase orders to perform, but we didn't necessarily call it a model. But the users that really wanted to understand it a little bit more, you could right click on the table and you could actually drill into the model performance and key features. We also brought in all the other data from the 18 applications, and we created this true single pane of glass. And we went from not having any users really using our product to we actually became the most used Power BI dashboard in the company of over 16,000 people. So it went from being a bust to a massive success just by addressing the human factors in AI. Privacy and ethics, we weren't very concerned around the privacy and ethics because outside of really sharing supplier data, which the buyers are not supposed to be doing anyway, there wasn't really a whole lot of risk. We didn't have PII. We didn't have any healthcare, restrictions. So none of this was HIPAA data. This was just residing within the normal confines of what we would hold our employees to within their NDAs. So because of that, and we are on a secure Power BI platform that we had passed our security solution with, we weren't really overly concerned on the privacy factor. And ethically, really the only concern that came up would be potential sourcing decisions that would be made. And we actually made the determination through using Active Directory groups that the only people that really got to see this were actually the tactical buying team and not the strategic sourcing team. So somebody wouldn't be penalized on a prediction per se. If we predicted everything would be late and then it ended up not being late, we would not be penalizing that supplier for potential sourcing decisions. So we felt that we were able to address the privacy and ethics of the model. We provided transparency into the features of the model, and we gave them confidence levels in the predictions, and all the features we used were unbiased. And we even brought in, did we give the supplier enough lead time, so we weren't punishing any suppliers for failing to meet undue expectations. Thank you.